My name is Keith Fournet. I'm a traffic services officer with the City of Santa Monica Police Department, and I do traffic control, issue citations, parking citations, and I'm a first responder. Well, there's been layers of effect upon us. There's the concern for family and the concerns for the department, your colleagues, because what's interesting about being with Santa Monica Police Department, we're like family. We spend more time with each other than we do our own families at home. Especially now under the new deployment, the 312 deployment that we're under right now during this pandemic. It's pretty interesting. A lot of what we learn on the job, we take back home and apply it to our own families in our own homes, like symptoms and social distancing and stuff like that. It's been really interesting. It's brought out a lot of appreciation in each other that you might not experience under normal circumstances, which is pretty interesting about a pandemic. But there's always looming negativity and fear, and it's just a fight every day to keep positive and sane. Not to worry too much, have a certain mindset about, just giving it the best, your best, and taking it one day at a time. And it's also been pretty interesting how that has affected the workplace. We've come together, it's a constant, stream of information. It's always changing, but adaptation is what I've experienced personally, and what I've seen my colleagues go through. It's just transformation. It's every day it's something new, and it's but we've gelled as a unit, as a division and a department, and so far I believe we're doing really well from top to bottom. So. Nobody that I know of has gotten sick, thank God, and just the measures that our command staff put in place for us, the survey and the extra equipment that we received early on, even when the county and state governments were still formulating a response, our department was already acting, from within, and it was wonderful to see. But I guess being first responders, that should be expected. So it panned out, and it's very encouraging. Well, we have. We've gotten to know each other better. We've been blessed with more time to learn about each other's nuances that we would otherwise miss in our hectic day-to-day existences. The conversations at the dinner table, the laughter, and even the concern that my kids had for their education, and they did, believe it or not, and their friends' well-being at their homes was really interesting to watch. And it showed me how mature and considerate and thoughtful my kids are. And before the pandemic broke out, the hecticness of day-to-day life and basically really only being able to really talk to each other as a family on the weekends when everybody was at home, you know, it's been an amazing experience. I thought I tried as a parent to anticipate the negative effects of being quarantined, and making myself ready to counter those negative effects. But so far, it hasn't quite panned out that way. It's been, situations that I didn't even perceive, and they weren't as bad as I thought they would be. And I've just learned the resiliency of my kids and my wife, and basically learned how funny we are. The whole family, my whole family, we're a bunch of comedians. So that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. With everything that's going on nationwide, and being able to see state by state and hear state by state what's going on, as far as the city of Santa Monica is concerned, I would say, being Captain Obvious, that if you're native to Santa Monica and residing in Santa Monica during this pandemic, you have been well served, protected, watched over. You haven't been, beaten up and, in a viral video going viral all over the world. Nothing like that. It's, for the most part, the citizens of Santa Monica have responded very orderly, and they've been very compliant, and on both sides, our officers and the public, we've been very cooperative with one another, and it's been really interesting to watch. Like my father used to tell me, me as a traffic officer, I expect the worst and hope for the best. So no matter what happens, I'm pretty much covered. And so far, it's been really, really heartening, the way the community has come together, and we've worked together, and I see it all around me. So as far as Santa Monica is concerned, I mean, this is the place to be if you're going through a pandemic. This is one of the better spots in the country, because things have been pretty orderly and pretty smooth. We have the most professional of police departments in the country, and the men and women of the Santa Monica Police Department are dedicated to doing their job and doing it professionally, under great duress at times, but still no duress or under duress. We are professional. We're professional, and still empathetic, to the suffering that's going on, and there to support and comfort when the situation calls, and also be vigilant and stern when it comes to public safety and social order. And so the department has been able, through this pandemic, to maintain their high standards on all levels so far. And I'm really going forward, no matter what comes. That's one of the things I'm not worried about. I've got some other concerns, more personal than professional, because of the department I work for. And we got this. And the citizens of the city of Santa Monica, they know it. Again, I'm being Captain Obvious. They know the department. They know how professional they are. And how good they are um, in policing and how they respond to emergencies and the non-emergencies also. Of the moment, but we're also trying to undo years and decades of misinformation and urban lore that's for the most part negative. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with a lot of times in these situations. You know, a lot of misinformation and a lot of rumor and conjecture that's just been passed along and added on to, and you know, man, and you can tell some citizens have an extraordinarily negative a concept or idea of who we are and what we do. And so if, you know, with their cooperation, we can dispel a lot and peel back a lot of layers of information and insert some truth in there and some real perspective. And that's the key. That's the key to de-escalation and you know, and turning the negative into a positive. It's possible, but both parties have to be, you know, engaged and on the same level of, you know, empathy and respect and, you know, courtesy. I mean, you know, but that's not always the case. It's not always the case. But even in the negative situations, you're still letting them know who you are, what you're doing, you know, what's going on. You know, you're not exacting fault in it. You're just saying, these are the circumstances. They've been documented, photographed, you know, depending on the violation. Most violations we have to photograph. You know, with the new technology that we have, we're able to do that now. So that's even a better tool for us, you know. And so a lot of times, you know, people are unaware that, you know, there are municipal codes that, you know, to what they're doing. They're not aware that they're, you know, breaking a law or they're in violation for whatever reason, you know. The CVC, it's available at any, you know, DMV, but most people they don't access it and they don't read it, you know, even when they're going through, you know, their licensing process, you know. They'll skim over it or whatever, just get by on the tests, and, you know, it's good enough for the DMV, but we know the law because we have to back and forth in, you know, defending and enforcing it on a daily basis. So we're experts. We're here to protect and serve and to do our jobs and do them professionally. And we appreciate the cooperation that the citizens do give us on a daily basis. And for the 1%ers, you know, you're still going to get our best, you know. You're still going to get our best, you know. However you want to accept it, receive it, deal with it, that's up to you. But, you know, we've got nothing but the best for you. That's what you're going to get with the Santa Monica Police Department. Nothing but the best. And, you know, it's up to you to, you know, to receive it however you want to receive it. It's a free country, you know, but you have the best law enforcement agency in the country and the most underrated, I believe, in the country. But so be it. The citizens here in Santa Monica, they know what's up with the Santa Monica Police Department. They know what's up. They know what's up. They got the best, you know. They got the best.